All right, this is a information about the class structure. All right, so here's what I'm going to cover briefly in the following sequence. I'm going to talk about how I communicate with you through Laulima, a brief highlights of the syllabus, the schedule for the semester, a little bit about Wiley Plus. My office is on Zoom, how to contact me. Edpuzzle, which will be the primary medium that you will get lectures from me. What are some of the keys to succeeding in this class, and a little bit about my background. All right, so let's start with announcements and resources. So by now, if you've already registered for the class and checked your Laulima account, you will have no doubt seen a number of announcements that I have posted regarding the Wiley Plus requirement, Edpuzzle, and the syllabus. So please check those out. So whenever I have something important to communicate to you, I will do so in the announcement section. You'll be getting an email to open up the announcements. And then the other tab on the Laulima that is very important is the resources tab. And here you will find all of the lecture slides that I use in the Edpuzzle lectures that you can reference, as well as some other items like an Edpuzzle tutorial and the Wiley Plus tutorial and navigation link. And this tab will also include additional resources as we move through the class. Right, so that's first thing is just make sure you periodically go into your Laulima account whenever I send you a announcement or post a resource. Next is the syllabus. So the syllabus is also already posted. And most important thing about the syllabus is that we will be using the Financial and Managerial Accounting 4th edition Weygandt Kimo Kiso online access to company accounting principles. Now of course, this is an online class, so you will need a high-speed internet connection and a inexpensive headset to view the weekly recordings that I will be posting, as well as to be able to access your homework, quizzes, and do your exams on Wiley Plus. Now, the Wiley Plus system requires you to log into www.wileyplus.com and create an account. And to do this, you will need a section ID, which I have listed here as ID 8A01744. So all you need to do is log into www.wileyplus.com, go to create an account, and it will ask you for a section ID, and it will step you through the registration process. Now, during this process, you will have the option to purchase the online access without textbook, or online access with a temporary textbook that will be mailed to you, or you can pick it up at the bookstore, or online access plus a permanent textbook, which you can pick up at the bookstore. And this is a new procedure implemented this semester, where your purchase of the Wiley Plus access will be automatically deducted from your student account at the bookstore. And you will be given a discount off the regular price if you go through this process. All right, so a little bit more about Wiley Plus later. The other important thing about this class is that the lectures that I will be posting for you to view is located on a site called Edpuzzle. And you can register for Edpuzzle by going to www.edpuzzle.com. And again, like the Wiley Plus procedure, create a account, and the class code for Edpuzzle is TUTIRR0 or O. And there is a tutorial I posted on Laulima that will walk you through that process. But you should know that the course will have 1 or 2 recordings per chapter, 1 to 2 hours in length, just like you were attending a regular face-to-face class. So these recordings will include a short All right, welcome to this Accounting 201 online class for the spring 2022 semester. My name is Stephen Young, and I'm going to be your instructor for the semester. And I will be providing you with a short summary of the course requirements in this video. And I'm going to go through a list of items shown here that will basically cover the administrative requirements of the course. Let me start off with talking a little bit about how I'm going to communicate with you. And that is primarily going to be through the Laulima system at the UH. And the 2 primary tabs I'll be using is the announcement tab and the resource tab. So whenever I have to communicate with you, I will communicate the announcements, and whenever I need to provide you with additional resources, I will post them on the resource tab in Laulima. So check your announcements for information about the class, and I've already posted a number of announcements regarding Wiley Plus registration and Edpuzzle registration, as well as the syllabus for this class. And then in the resources tab, I have posted a tutorial on Wiley Plus as well as Edpuzzle, and I've also posted in a folder all of the lecture slides that will be used throughout the course. Okay, so let's jump to the syllabus. Syllabus, basically you need to know that we're online. This is an asynchronous class. That means we have no face-to-face or we have no synchronous online sessions. Everything will be done asynchronous. So unless you need to meet with me, everything will be done online through recordings and email. The class Textbook is the Financial Manager Accounting 4th edition, Wingate Chemo Kiso online access to accompanying accounting principles. You're going to need, of course, a high-speed internet connection and a headset to view the recordings and to be able to access all of the assignments I post. To access the Wiley Plus homework, quiz, and exam assignments, you would need to log into www.wileyplus.com and create an account. And when you log into this site, it will be asking you to create an account, and you need to have this ID A01744 to be able to create your account. You will be given the option to purchase the online access without textbook, or purchase the online access with textbook, either on a temporary basis or on a permanent basis. When you first create your account, you'll automatically be given free access to the system for a few weeks. Around the third week, you will be asked to pay for your access. If you don't pay for your access, then your access to the system will be frozen. All right, the other important part of this class is all the lectures you will be required to complete are posted on a site called Edpuzzle. And to get on that site, you need to create an account, and the class code is TUTIRO, TUTIRRO. Just go on to the edpuzzle.com site and create your own account. And once you're in there, you will be able to access all my lectures, which are going to be posted with start and end dates that you must complete the reviewing the lectures. The lectures will require you to answer short quiz questions throughout the lecture. In order to complete the lecture, you have to answer all of the questions. You may be able to stop and pause, or stop and exit out during the lecture, come back at a later time to complete the lecture. But in order to complete the lecture, you have to answer all of the questions in sequence along the way. So this is more or less a substitute for face-to-face, attending a face-to-face class. All right, so this is very important that you get logged in and allocate your time during each week, 1 to 2 hours a week, to view the recordings and before you do your homework. All right, so what do I expect from this online class from you? Well, I would expect you to, just as if you were attending a regular face-to-face class, to read each chapter ahead of time, view the pre-recorded lectures after you read the chapter to reinforce what you've read, and to complete all of the quiz questions in the lecture by the posted due date. And then complete all your homework assignment quizzes on Wiley Plus. That's all I'm asking you to do. It's going to take you some time to do these 3 activities, but it's no different than the amount of time you would be spending in a face-to-face class. In other words, if you were attending a face-to-face class, you'd be spending roughly 2.5 hours attending class plus travel time. In this case, I'm not asking you to travel. I'm just asking you to take the time to listen to my lectures and complete the questions in the lecture. The exams for this class will be primarily on Wiley Plus. It will consist of 3 midterm exams and a final exam, which will be comprehensive. All right. One of the other things I wanted to point out was that if you're planning to transfer to University of Hawaii and you take the Accounting 201 course at KCC, unless you take the Accounting 202 course at KCC, the University of Hawaii will not accept the Accounting 201 for transfer. In other words, you have to take and complete both the Accounting 201 and the 202 at KCC in order for it to transfer into UH as a substitute for Accounting 200 and 201 at the UH. Okay, so that's an important point. So what is the learning outcomes expected from this course? There's only 4. One is after you finish this course, to have a pretty good understanding of the accounting cycle for service and merchandising organizations using current accounting standards. So we're talking about service companies like retail companies or law firms or accounting firms, and merchandising companies like Walmart, Target, Costco. We're not talking about manufacturing that's covered in Accounting 202. But we will be touching upon a few facets of Accounting 202 in this course, which I will explain in a while. Number 2 is you should be able to analyze the effects of a business transaction on the company's financial statements. A business transaction is like a customer comes and buys merchandise from a store. From the store's point of view, that's a business transaction. How does that affect the company's financials? Number 3, we're going to expect you to be able to identify and apply basic internal control principles and ethics in the business world. You'll be required to do a short-term paper on internal controls as part of this course requirement. And hopefully through all of this activity, you will be able to demonstrate more effective communication and teamwork skills. All right, grading. The grading is weighted 50% on exams and 50% on other activities. So there's 4 exams, which will comprise 50% of your grading, 10% for the first 3, 40% grading for the final, and then your lectures will be 20%, Wiley plus homework quizzes 25%, and then your research project 5%. So that will comprise of 1,000 points, assuming you achieve 845 points scattered throughout the different areas. That's 85%. You're going to get a B for the course. All right, the class schedule. So basically, on the syllabus, I've broken out the chapter week by week and when the exams will be. So you can go through that on your own and get an idea of what chapters are covered in what week and when are the exams scheduled. So there'll be 14 chapters throughout this exam. So you'll notice that chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4 is the basic accounting. 5, 6, and 14 is on merchandise and managerial accounting. And then after that, you're going to have chapter 7, internal controls, accounting receivables, and then a little bit about corporate accounting and cash flow, and then your final exam. And then I will be posting a weekly activity schedule on La Lima, which will break down the weekly activities in detail. So you can see in this first week, you are responsible to purchase your textbook, view this accounting introduction recording, register in Edpuzzle Y Plus, read chapter 1, and do the homework on Edpuzzle and Y Plus. And then it just goes on like that for the week 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, etc. All right, so that will be posted and updated on La Lima. Okay, Wiley Plus. So in La Lima, I posted some Wiley Plus registration information. And this is the flyer about how to register on Wiley Plus and the course section ID. And all you need to do is to go to this website, this video, copy this and post it onto your link site, and it'll take you to this first day of class student walkthrough. And this will cover everything you need to know about how to register into Wiley Plus. So basically, you're going to go and create an account when you access the Wiley Plus site. It's going to ask you to put in the email address and your passcode if you've already registered. If you haven't, then click on the create account, enter the information that's requested, name, email address, name of school, and agree to the terms. Set your password, ask for your section ID, and then it will, once you're registered, then you will be able to access the system, and you can see I've already posted chapter 1 homework for this coming week. Homework is straightforward. There's going to be homework and a quiz and what they call a CLS chapter 1 problem. All of this is required to be done, in this case, by January 10th. Or I'm sorry, by January 16th. It'll be available till tomorrow on January 10th for you to access. And it shows you the points assigned. And for homework chapter 1, you basically have 11 short problems to complete. If you click on the problem, for example, question 1 is fill in the blanks, and you have 4 chances to get the answer correct. And it'll show you how many attempts you have already used up. So when you submit your answer, it'll tell you if your answer is correct or not. If it's not correct or partially correct, it will tell you. Then you have a chance to go back in and redo the answer until you get it correct. And if it's correct, then you just move on to the next question. All right, so basically that's the way the Wiley Plus works. So all of your homework, your quizzes, and your exams, when they're scheduled, will be posted on Wiley Plus. Next tab is the resource tab. Resource tab is where your ebook is located. So just go to the resource and launch your ebook. And from there, you can read the chapter online or get your hard copy. Okay, so that's basically Wiley Plus. And then Wiley Plus, there's a lot of resources you can check around and look at for additional assistance on learning each chapter. Crossword puzzles, interactive tutorials, etc. All right, Office, Zoom. So if you need to chat with me online to go over homework or have any other issues you want to discuss, just shoot me an email and I'll set up a one-on-one Zoom session with you. All right, so Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle, as I mentioned, is the pre-recorded lectures. And to access the pre-recorded lectures, you need to set up an account in Edpuzzle. Class code is TITURRO. So go and sign up by going to www.edpuzzle.com. Sign up as a student. Sign up with Edpuzzle. Enter in your class code. Create your account. Put your name in, etc., password. And once you get in, you will see your assignments listed on Edpuzzle. This is from another class. Click on the chapter listing. It'll tell you when the start date, due date is, and it'll open up the chapter. Click on the go button, and you can see chapter 1 has all of these questions posted as you're viewing the recording. And this recording is 1 hour and 26 minutes in length. When it hits the first question, the recording will stop, and you will be presented with a question. And you will have, it's basically multiple choice questions, and you will have to choose the correct answer and hit submit. You'll only get one attempt to get the answer right. Before you decide to answer the question, if you're not sure, you can rewatch the video or go back to your textbook and check on the right answer. Once you decide what the answer is you want to choose, hit submit. And if you got the answer correct, it will tell you so, or it will tell you what the right answer is. In this case, this was not the right answer, and this was the right answer, and you don't get any points for this question. And then you just hit continue to continue the lecture until you hit the next question and so forth. So you don't have to sit here for 1 hour and 26 minutes to view and complete the questions. You can opt out any time along the recording and come back to it at a later time. Just go ahead and log out. Then when you're ready to log back in, enter your username, password, go back to chapter 1, and continue viewing the recording. All right, so that's Edpuzzle. Okay, so now what is the key to learning success in accounting? It's very simple. It's going to require you to spend some time, even though this is an online class, you're going to be noticing that you will have to spend some time viewing the lectures and doing the homework. This is the nature of accounting. You can't wing it. You have to actually put in some effort and time to understand the material in order for you to learn it. Read the chapters, view the recordings. Don't skip or omit any of the recordings. Everything has to be done in sequence. Remember, building block approach. do all the quiz questions to complete the lectures, and then follow up that with completing your Wiley Plus homework and quiz assignments. And then most important, if you don't understand or you get confused, don't hesitate to email me with your question or book a one-on-one session with me. All right, so that's basically what you got to do to succeed in the class. That's no different than a face-to-face class. Okay, so who am I? I'm actually from Seattle. I went to school at the University of Washington and Seattle University. I spent my career in private sector, doing corporate finance for large corporations, including Hawaiian Telecom here in Hawaii. And I've worked overseas in Japan, Okinawa, Sri Lanka, Mexico, Korea, India, Philippines, and Europe. So I spent 20 plus years in working and living overseas in Asia, Latin America, and Europe for big multinational corporations. And then when I retired, I started lecturing for KCC and Hawaii Pacific University. I'm on my 13th year. Okay, so that's basically who I am as your instructor, and I hope this will be a productive class for you. And so that's the end of this short introduction.